All right, back in Unity. So this, I just made a copy of our other level to act as my level 2 because holy moly, 4-player split screen was a lot of chaos. I still have that here in my scenes. I got a 4-player level. It exists, I promise. Oh, what happened? It went away. There we go. So I got this going on. You need to do that with one of your levels. If you want to get creative and do more than just quadrants, more than just 4 equal squares, have fun. There are ways to do masks and things like that. I'm going to jump over here. I've copied the level, taken it back to being a 1-player, and we're going to set up a mini map in the corner of our screen, and we're going to do some security cameras that show stuff in the level. So mini maps are, I don't know, just like everywhere. It's hard to find a game without a mini map anymore. So I'm just gonna make sure this all works because I was adding stuff to this earlier and had broken scripts and all manner of chaos. So okay, well it runs. That's a good sign. Fires at me, and I didn't get to test this yet. Will it work? Oh, they disappear before they get there. Okay. So the cannonballs are supposed to break the clock towers, but they're despawning before. Oh, someone got it. Must have added too much gas to his bullet. Let's see if I can bait him into getting it. Huh. One more shot. Oh, someone got it. Right. Oh, and I crashed Unity. That's exciting. Oh, did I? Yeah, the stupid mouse. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you gotta make it eat the cursor. You know what? Good point. Let's just go ahead and do that. What's our lock cursor? This thing?
Got it.
Is this it? Huh? He's smashing my table and everything.
That's what I use.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I found. Yeah, I just found it on Unity stuff, but good catch. There we go. All right. Good stuff for hiding the cursor and not accidentally closing Unity when you're about to blow something up. I did hear the question and then we got distracted. I don't remember what I did to get Visual Studio to actually like understand what the heck's going on with Unity. That's still okay. But I'll try to remember what that was and figure it out. Yeah, I don't remember if I had to install something extra in Visual Studio, but I do remember that Visual Studio at one point was not nearly as helpful, and then it was. All right. Wow, I should clean up after myself. This is a lot of mess. So I was going to add a camera over here in my hierarchy, but the hierarchy is kind of full. So I'm just going to go ahead and create an empty. Call it level stuff. I'm just go ahead and reset it. And then I'm going to start moving stuff in there. That guy. Sure. Move that. Just cleaning up. So I got pickups, canvas, and event system are still out here. Move point B. And that's all pickups and NPCs. Okay, good deal. All right, I'm going to add another camera to my scene. So just camera. And I'm going to reset all this. And then I'm going to make it orthographic and not perspective, which means it just shoots everything straight on. No perspective. And I need to flip it so it's looking down on the level. Which means 90 degrees on the X. Up. Looks pretty good, I guess. We can do some other stuff with it. So, yeah, I need to change the viewport rect here in a minute, and then there's some other things later. But I'm going to go ahead and make this a child again of the player. So we could have this mini map that covers the whole level and zoom way out, but I'm gonna have it follow the player. So I'm just gonna drag this camera. Let me rename it. Austin, would you close that door? Usually we're the loud ones, so I don't understand what's happening. All right, so I've got my mini map camera. I'm gonna move it over as a child of player one, which means I'm gonna change it to 0 and 0 now on the X and the Z, and I've got it sitting up at 8-ish on the Y. So he'll follow us around. And the same thing we did with our second player, third player, fourth player, whatever. We're going to change our viewport recs. So I think I'm going to go at like, that's probably still too big. Let me see. 0.25, that's kind of a big map. Try it at 0.2 on the width and the height. So we'll just keep percentage there. Right now it's in the bottom corner. What have I got on my HUD? Yeah, we're just gonna carry it around. So I'm gonna move this guy. He's down here. I've got shots fired. I've got my health. I've got the boss health. So I want this up in the top corner. I'm just gonna grab my X and move the slider. And on the Y, and it's up about there. Now this may or may not render over the top of our other camera because there's some stuff we have to do to ensure that it does. And again, I've got too much stuff going on now. Okay, so we're getting lucky. It's rendering over the top of our other screen. It's rotating with us, which we can fix or not. And it's just literally seeing the level from up high. Oh, that's what that was. Camera rolls. Yeah. So one thing we do need to do, so this depth here on a camera, cameras will draw on top of each other. And so they're both set to 0. We got lucky. It was a coin toss at this point. Both cameras were at 0. They're like, we don't know. So I'm just going to set this to like 100. So it looks like our range here is from -100 to 100. And this will always be on top of our thing now. We don't have to worry about that. A couple other things I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make this look more like a mini map. And rather than showing that I'm just a white capsule and showing our enemies as they are, we're gonna make some layers. So first thing I'm gonna do on my player is I'm gonna give him another child. That's my solution to everything in life. Just give it another child. Are we gonna be a square or are we gonna be round? We're squares. Bad guys are round. Yeah, because squares we can kind of see a little bit of our. Make that a child. Zero it all out. Okay, I'm going to move this up above my player. But not as high as the camera is, or it won't see it. All right, so I've got that. And I'm going to make a new material for this. So I'm going to come in here, and I've already got bright green and bright red. I'm going to go ahead and create a new material. I'm going to call it HUD green. And here I'm going to use, instead of standard for the shader, I'm going to use this UI and unlit. And wait a minute, is that what I'm going for? What happened? They changed some stuff? Huh. Okay, unlit detail. I guess. And we want this to be a nice bright green. So unlit means it's not going to deal with any shadows or anything. It's just going to be really bright color. And let me add that to my cube. Why are you not doing the thing? Oh, because I'm in the game mode, not the scene mode. That's why. Wow, Unity's just locking up. So that's what unlit looks like. No shadows. The level's a bright, nasty color. Just drag it directly on. My fan is going into hyperactive mode here. There we go. Okay. You wouldn't think dragging and dropping the material would do that. I'm just going to hide the nav mesh. Back on my game view, I've got a nice bright green square that doesn't matter if I'm inside, outside, in shadows. It's bright. So I'm going to call this cube. My HUD player. And I'm going to want to put this on a different level, a different layer. So I'm going to go in my layers here. I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to call it Minimap. And just like tags, once we add something, we've got to go back and then apply it. So we've got a Minimap layer now that my HUD player is on. And I'm going to do the same for my bad guys. Let me go ahead and I'll start with Dumb Cowboy. We'll move down the list. So same deal. I'm going to add a 3D object. We'll use spheres for these guys. Drag it up above their heads. Go make another material. Let me just check myself, see if they changed something or I just misremembered how I did this. Split, split, unlit. That's all I said. Yeah, we're looking for unlit color, so maybe I just grabbed the wrong type. I wonder if that what's froze it up on me. So HUD green, oh, because I used UI. Yeah, unlit's right here. That's what I wanted it to be, just an unlit color. All right, I'm gonna make another one. So create materials. We'll call this HUD red. Change it to unlit color, not the UI one, and then we'll make it bright red. So now the cowboy's got a bright red sphere over him. I'm just going to call this enemy HUD, and I'm going to give this same child to everyone else who's a bad guy. So we'll duplicate it, put one on the red boss. I'm changing my X and my Z to 0, so they're all sitting at 6 when I move them on the Y, and then we'll give one to this guy, so Nomad will have it. Zero, 6, 0. So we're just getting these bright dots over the top of all of our bad guys. I know I've got more. Oh, there it is. Skullboy. So again, I'm going to Control D, copy that, put it on the skull. 0, 6, 0, and now they're all floating over the top of them. Which what I didn't do and I should have done before I started making copies. I'm going to grab all of these. So enemy HUD, enemy HUD, enemy HUD. And I'm going to move all of those to that Minimap layer. Right now that doesn't mean anything, but we're gonna make it mean something. So if I play it right now, I can see my little square on the Minimap, and I see red dots floating over the top of everybody. There's red dots floating over the top of everybody. Strange how that works. All right, but I can see all these enemies and where they're at. They're coming at me on this little map. Should a map track bullets? Probably not. Probably overkill. All right, we'll just leave it like that. And if we had our player 2 or other things, we'd see that there's a green dot over the green square over the top of our other guy too, of our player. So let's change these layers up. So my HUD, my minimap camera, I want right now to, it's set by default just to see everything. Oh, it's on the default layer, excuse me. And the culling mask here is set to look at everything. I want to change this to where it's looking at minimap. Turn off the other stuff. I'm probably going to want to put the level itself, the geometry, or some representation of the geometry on the minimap layer. But right now, the minimap is only seeing these dots. And then I go to my main camera here and do the same thing with the culling mask. I can just turn off minimap so it's not going to see it. So it's a cool way to hide things from certain cameras. Just make sure that worked. I'm no longer seeing red dots over the bad guys, but they do show up on the minimap. Apparently I blocked the cowboy, so now he just doesn't know what to do with himself. Let me see what I can do with layers. Everything else is just on default. So like everything in my level stuff is on default. Let me do this last year, Matthew. Well, I don't want to make a copy of the whole level, but I want the level to show in the minimap. I don't know if I can put it up. Can I put it on multiple layers? Yeah. I just made a separate layer for it that both could see. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make another layer. Yeah, I think you did. All right, so I'm going to make a level layer that we want to be seen by both cameras. Yeah, I'm not. My fan's already chugging. I'm not duplicating my level. Yeah. So my level stuff, I'm going to put on the level layer, like everything in there. So change all the children. And here's the problem: is my main camera does not see level stuff right now. I'm going to go make sure and add that to the culling mask. Okay, now the main camera can see level, and the minimap camera I want to also see level. There it is. All right. So now it's seeing on both cameras. The minimap is not going to see, gosh, everything else. So I just put everything in level stuff that I wanted it to see. It's not going to see my pickups, and I think that's about it. It's going to see the enemies. It's going to see me, but it won't see pickups. It shouldn't see bullets and everything flying around. Next week, we'll start a new project because this project with 3 weeks worth of junk thrown at it is just making my computer cry.
I still have yet to open a second one.
Unity project. So you've got 5 weeks worth of goodness sitting in one. So yeah, it's seeing the level stuff. I'm seeing the shadow of the clock tower. Oh, there's the clock. Oh, that's funny. So it's seeing all the little debris of the clock tower too, because I added the whole thing to the layer level. Yeah, change children too. I mean, I wanted to, but I didn't think of the clock break. Not seeing all the cannonballs on the mini map, but I should be able to see the tower. Yeah. So cool. So that's how Minimaps work. We could get really crazy and add fog and shroud and all that fun stuff to it. But I like just the mini map that just follows us. I am going to play with the height of it a little bit. So my camera, if I move that up to like 10, it's going to zoom out some. 20, 50. That's not changing it at all. Oh, I need to just change the size, I think. Yeah. That's too much. So we start at 5. So I'm going to change the size to 10. 8, 7. We'll leave it at 10. See how that works. That was our next camera trick. Is mini maps. Save this. So this is my level 2. For the rest of these, so you've got 2 levels. I would highly recommend that the mini map probably not go over the top of your 4-player split screen level, because oh my gosh, there's already a lot going on there. So I would do that on a different level. And then the security camera you can put wherever you want, but I'm going to put it on this level 2, just because, man, let's not get too carried away. I'm just really worried about my computer's fan at this point. Yeah, it's smoking. All right. What can we do with this? So I want a security cam that's going to just kind of track the player around and then display something on a nice big screen in our level. Where's a good vantage point? I guess I could put a camera up on the Canon. That might be fun. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Our security camera will be attached to the Canon. Or it could be anywhere else you want, but since I just want to do dumb stuff, here we go. Canon tower, rotator, and I'm going to add a child to that rotator. That is a camera. And it didn't add it as a child. I'll move it back. Well, no, I'll just leave it up here, near the camera. I mean, near the tower. All right, so this will be our security camera. And let me see if I can, my Canon tower. I'm going to copy the transform of my Canon tower. John, Austin. Shh. Micah. Okay. Just everyone was talking at once. Ridiculous. All right. So I've got this Canon tower here, and it's exactly where I want to put a camera. but I decided I didn't want to make it a child of the cannon tower. It's just going to be over here by it. So I'm grabbing my cannon tower, and I don't know if we've showed this yet or not, but if I can go up here to my transform, hit the little skinny snowman here, the 3 dots, I can copy position, rotation, scale, the whole world transform, the entire component, whatever. So I'm going to copy the position of my cannon, and then I'm going to paste that onto the transform of my camera. So paste the position here, and now the camera is exactly at the same pivot point as the tower, and I'll just move it up. And maybe I do want this to be a child. I would like it to kind of stay behind the cannon, but also follow the player. So we'll try that. There you go. So I'll put this as a child of the rotator. And then let me copy some more. So I'll copy the transform right now of the rotator. So it's rotation here. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that. I just need to change that to 0 since it's a child. So the positions and rotations are relative to its parent. So once I decided I wanted to be a child of the rotator, then setting its rotation to 0 gave it the same rotation as its parent. That's kind of cool. Let me just pull it back a little bit. Look ominous. All right, there's our security feed. And I may want it to track the player better, but maybe I won't. We'll just leave it like that and see how it looks. So the rotator is already, its aim constraint is following the player around so it can shoot at it. And the camera is just going to sit up here over the top of it and give us a bird's eye view. So I need a target texture to render this to. I don't want this to render to the screen. I want to do it somewhere else. So I'm going to come in here. I think I've already got one set up. Yeah. So I've got a render texture that I was playing with it on another level. So right click and see, create. Should be in here somewhere. There it is, render texture. So create a render texture, and this will be security cam cannon. So I named this thing that's called a render texture with my security camera, and I'm going to drag that over here as its target texture. So this camera will render to this texture. Make sense? Sort of, so far? Oh, let's do this. I don't want this camera to see my Minimap stuff. I don't want to see all those little dots. That'd be silly. All right, so I'm going to use my culling mask, make sure it doesn't see that. And I need to set up a screen for us to watch what this is looking at. So something nice and visible. We'll set it up on the other side of this field here. So I'm going to create a brand new canvas. And I'm going to change this to world space. So canvas is by default our screen space overlay. It's where we're overlaying our HUD, overlaying our player health, all that stuff. Change it to world space, and now it will literally exist in our world. So it should have changed this whole rect transform thing up. Let me just make sure. Yeah, see, this was all locked down because it was just going to go over the canvas. When I say world space, now we've got an actual size. So let's see where this guy's even sitting at. So we'll name it so we know what it is. Oh, there we go. And it's massive by default. Super stinking huge. So I think instead of pixels, that turned into meters. So this is a 1920 meter wide TV screen. I don't think that'll fit in anyone's house. Well, let's do that. Oh, that's the position. I just moved its position. Oh, it's even worse. It's 3,840 wide. So we'll do 16 wide by 9 high. Move it down here-ish. It's so hard to actually position invisible things. There we go. I don't know where I'm at now. Oh, there it is. That's not where I wanted to go. Here, rotate it. It's ridiculous. I'm going to do my math here. So 16, I'm going to go by times 3. 9 times 3. There we go. I scaled it up. This big screen. And then what do I need to do? Just give it the render texture? That's not what it does. How do we do this? Don't need a raycaster on it. Don't need a scaler. Okay, I'm going off script. I just noticed something. I'm going to see if it even works. Huh. Let's see what I broke. It did. Okay. I'm going to do a crazy jump all the way out here just to see there's no back on it. Okay. That didn't work the way I thought it was going to. I thought I found a workaround. So I jumped off the side of the level, like you do. Ah, that's what it is. I needed to give this canvas a raw image to display the texture on. I knew there was a step missing. All right, this is my security feed. Going to give it a child, game object, UI, raw image. Oof. Okay, let's just go ahead and set this. I'm going to alt, put that. It's displaying bigger than the canvas. Try this one. There we go. So if I hold down Alt and click this bottom corner here, it'll fit itself to the size of its parent canvas. So now we've got that texture. Now I can give it the security feed. Oh, that's fun. And as long as security feed's pointing at the camera, we're going to get like this infinite effect. Yo. It's going to be a raw image. You can put a plane behind it. I'm probably going to put like some kind of frame or something behind this. Yeah, we could do that for sure. Yeah, we could make this a drone that moves around. Right now, it's only rotating on the Y, so the camera feed is not as fun. Yeah. The other thing I can do is even just leaving this security camera where it's at, I can give it the follow. Look at. There we go. Look at target. And then say, always look at the player. And then it'll look up and down at least now instead of just pivoting like a real security camera. And you don't have to make your feed a big screen feed. It can be just a smaller screen in your security office where you're hiding from the animatronics or whatever. But that's how it's done. You need a camera. It needs to render to a render texture instead of your canvas. Do one more thing with our NPCs. So back here on canvas, I want a new nav mesh agent, and he's going to follow this script. So we had our cool one that, runs away when he needs help, which is probably better than this. But here's a good patrolling one, right? So right now we got a cowboy that goes to point A and just stays there, or point B. Or we've got the skull that just chases us relentlessly. We've got the NPC that will chase us until he needs help. But here is probably the more common of any NPCs. So I've given it 3 points, and it's just going to patrol between the points using an enum. And I just want to introduce more enums. I love enums. They're the basis of all kinds of fun state machines. So I'm going to just copy this code here. And we're going to go ahead and make a new, apparently a smart cowboy is what I called this. Wrong. All right. Do something cooler with that camera, but those are the basics. That big screen's kind of weird. All right, let me see if I can find just a different type of player. I've got cowboys. I've got a cactus that can follow us around. That seems weird. Gorilla hands that can follow us around. You know what? We're going to use a truck. Yeah. Here we go. This will be our nav mesh agent that drives from point A to point B to point C and around in circles. Huh? Yeah, he's gonna cruise around. He's just gonna get in the way. Yeah. So we just got a little truck. He's just hanging out here. Let me make sure that this is not gonna. Yeah, this is also gonna break apart if something hits it, which might be funny, and we'll just see the debris fly around. So that'll be cool. Works. It's got a bunch of missing scripts. This is absolute chaos. So we've got a cowboy and robots and some futuristic soldier that gets health from medieval tent, and now we've got a police SUV cruising around because why not? All right, come up here to the main root of this guy, and we're going to give him our nav mesh agent. We'll leave all of that alone for now. We'll just let him be a humanoid, or at least think he's a humanoid. And we were going to add a new script. So, oh yeah, that's funny. I wanted to patrol and I use a patrol card. Didn't mean to do that, but call it patrol agent. Go back, and I don't want all of that. Yeah, I want most of that. All right, let me grab this. Let's grab it in pieces. So I love that. Yeah, I pasted in nav mesh agent, and it knew to start importing the AI thing. This. All right. So I'm declaring a patrol state, which means it needs to do one of these three things always. It's either going to go to A, go to B, or go to C. It's an agent. We've got some transforms that we're going to tell it about that are point A, point B, and point C. So it'll know what those are, and it's going to have a current target, and it's in its state of this enum. So I've declared all three possibilities, but it is doing one of these at a time. Does that make sense? Sort of. All right, so I'm going to, on start, I'm going to get the NavMesh agent component. On update, I'm going to switch my state. Say, okay, you know what? If my patrol state says go to A, then my current target is going to be point A. I'm just sliding through there. We'll check that every update, and then we'll just set our destination. So I'm going to need to do some other stuff here that, for whatever reason, I didn't put in the script on Canvas. Oh, there it is. It's down here. All right. Okay. I'll make another script. All right. So we got a patrol agent, and we're going to have him cruise around, probably just up here for now. I don't know if he can make it through the other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and make just a new game object. Make a cube. Move this cube over here. We'll scale it up so we can hit it better. So it's going to be a 2-meter cube. Put it down on the ground. Round about there. I'm using the cube because I want the box collider that comes with it. Turn that box collider into a trigger, but I'm going to turn off the mesh renderer. So now it's just an invisible box in space. And I'm going to add a new script called patrol point. Ah, doesn't like being the same name as the class that it's in. I accidentally did this right last year when I misspelled the class name. So it'll be a patrol point state. Why not? So, got a different enum. point A, point B, point C. I don't want to use smart cowboy. What do we call that other guy? Patrol agent. We'll just be agent. So, got patrol points. Here's all the possibilities. I've got this is this point, and then I'm going to get access to my agent. That's not the tag I'm looking for. Let me just go ahead and make a new tag here. So I'm going to copy this. Let me jump out to Unity and create it really quick. So on my car, I want a new tag. That is patrol car. So save that, go back, apply it. He's a patrol car. And I just copied and pasted exactly what I typed into the script here so that we don't have any spelling errors. Change that to patrol point state. Smart cowboy is now agent, and I'll update the script online. Patrol agent. Even when you copy and paste from yourself, double check all your spelling and all your names. All right, so this is the new script. I've got a patrol point. I'm going to add this to all my patrol points. It knows about, it could be point A, point B, point C. So this is saying here's your possibilities, and then we will tell it in the inspector what its name is. Is it A, B, or C? When a patrol car comes through its trigger, it's going to check to see if it's a patrol car, and then it's going to switch on this point, right? Because this is a reusable script. It could be on this point, could mean it's point A, point B, point C. And it's going to come in here, and it's going to look at this and say, oh, I'm point A. So I should tell the agent to go to point B. B will say, you know what, go to C. C will say, go back to A. So it's just going to go in a circle. Got this saved. We'll go back to Unity, reloading domain. Confused Unity. What the heck? There we go. Want point, so I'm going to name it here. This cube is now patrol point A, and by default, it knows it's point A. And so I just need to set up the rest of these. I need to tell each one about the agent. So where's my guy? SUV. Okay, now I've got this. I'm just going to make a copy. Move it over somewhere else. And we'll rename this. So this will be patrol point B. We will tell this that it's patrol point B right here in the drop down. We'll make another copy. So Control D, rename it. Point C. Okay, this should work. I just need to put that C somewhere else. So he should almost be doing a little triangle here. He's just cruising around, doing absolutely nothing while this robot is running around blasting away, and the car is just cruising. We'll see if this works. Oh, I need to tell the SUV where the points are. So A to A, B to B, C to C. And its first state is to go to A. All right. And before I even try anything else, I'm going to make a new prefab out of this guy. Ah, fantastic. It's still looking for some scripts that went away a long time ago. Just need a blank space. There we go. Hold that down. Original prefab. Now we got it. It's a good way to make extra room, right? We got the slider down here. Have you seen this? So I didn't have enough room to drag my guy in, so I just made everything smaller. All right, let's try this. Oh, now I want to change this. Yeah, you know what? I think I want the security camera to be a dash cam. Huh. We went to point A, and then he just hung out. I wonder what happened. Go to A. Oh, maybe that's it. No, he's got a rigid body. Nice convex mesh collider. And my patrol points have colliders that are set to trigger. And it's checking the right tag. So what do I do wrong? Somebody come over here and fix this. All right, classic. We're going to debug. This is going to fill my console up. If we're lucky. It seems upset about this audio listener thing. Okay, let's fix that really quick. I don't see my thing getting called, so I'm wondering what's going on with patrol point. Is it trigger? No, it shouldn't. Huh? No. It mattered that this guy was tagged, and he should be. Oh, maybe that's it. The tag is up here, but the actual collider and rigid body are down this way. So let me just change this tag here. Yeah. All right, and then we had an audio listener problem because we got too many cameras in the scene. So my Minimap camera shouldn't be an audio listener. We're not playing audio to it. Just going to remove that. And my security cam, also not. Go. Snuff out. Aha! Now he's going. Oh, we should give him some more speed. You want to do it? Weird. Okay. You know what I love though? He's still going. Yeah, they're just going with him. Why is he not going to C? Hey, he changed his mesh. He's fine. He'll be fine. Good question. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably it. So this one had the tag and still knew about it, so he went there, but this guy didn't. All right. Now even my busted car should move around, but let me go ahead and change this up so it doesn't break as much. So this is another script I've been playing with. There. Now he's got a strength of 6. So if he hits something that's mass is less than 6, he won't break. I did like the look of the busted car, like cruising around with the wheels just trailing behind. Also, we could give him some speed, I'll bet. Pure chaos. Stop. He's still stopped. Oh, he still got busted. Still is not moving. I love the chaos. All right. Patrol point A. Knows it's patrol point A. It knows that that's the agent. Cool. B knows it's B. It knows, I'm just going to give it the agent again. Here, there's your agent, just in case you forgot. C knows it's C. And the script says what? Let me change this up so it just plays focused. And I can see the console. Need to move that tower. It's right in his path. And it stops. Okay. Let me make sure it's not my fault. I'm going to take this destruction mesh off, so he shouldn't swap out anymore. Let's see what he does. Next on Real Stories of the Highway Patrol. Oh, fantastic. So he's now bold. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, he should take off and leave his remains behind now. No, he's going to take it with him. All right. What? What? Keep going. Your shift's not over. It's my, if I'd have just plopped a regular car in there, fine. And now it's not wanting to go to sea. Let me do this. How did that disappear? Okay. As fun as that is. All right, we're just going to take this off of here. Get rid of that. We're going to get rid of this. He's just an agent. But you know what? Let's give him some speed. Let's crank him up to 7. We've seen him go to all points. We just need him to go back to A. So if you've ever complained about someone's programmer art, this is why we use programmer art. Because really, it was my mouse that broke this thing. If I had tried this script out on a Unity cube, it would have cruised around and been fine. But I added complexity to what the heck? Cowboy was moving. Yo, look at that. He fishtailed a little bit, and now he's cruising. So yeah, it was my fault. So the script worked, but I gave it too complex prefab, and so I had to change it. Now he's patrolling. I kind of like that little fish. Oh! No! Because it's a child. As a nav mesh agent, it shouldn't have done that. There you go. Get over to that point B. Go. Oh, now he's just mad. Okay. All right. Well, we've successfully created chaos. Absolute madness. Yeah. So you saw me change up some names and stuff here, which should be easy to understand. I don't know what happened to Canvas yesterday. If I can just relate to you my woes. The rubric vanished yesterday. It was fine Tuesday. I looked at the rubric on Tuesday. I was looking at this yesterday. The rubric was gone. I had to recreate it. Yeah, Canvas is my friend. So we've got a cannon or a turret that tracks and shoots at the players. We've got a level with all this split screen gaming going on. We should have a mini map following us around. Probably not the 4-player level. We've got our security camera set up, so there's a bunch of points for that. Because there's a lot of moving parts. And then we've got our new enum agent that patrols. You want to do more with world space canvases? You want to give me the literal Minecraft map that goes with us? That'd be awesome. You could do that. You just make that canvas a child of your player and walk around with a map in your hand. That'd be fun. Or just whatever else you want to do with cameras. The point of this week was cameras, but we were playing some more with nav meshes and stuff just because it's cool. I wasn't over it yet. All right. That's our week. Matthew, this is due on Monday night. Do you have tutoring between now and Monday? Tonight? Tonight. That's it? Okay. If you need to get tutored, do it tonight. Yeah. What? All right. Go to like chapel or something. Get out of here.